So as India takes on these challenges, how is the world faring? New strains of the Wuhan virus are rearing their ugly head in different countries as we speak. The crisis is deepening in France, Japan, Brazil, and Argentina. Infections are surging in South Africa, Germany, Pakistan, Nepal, and Belgium. In some of these countries, the double mutant has been detected, the same strain that is driving India's numbers. The United Kingdom has reopened, but worries remain. 168 cases of rare blood clots have been reported due to the AstraZeneca vaccine. 32 people have succumbed. 16 months into the pandemic, we are yet to return to normalcy. Here's a report.
Forgive us for sounding like a broken record, but the pandemic is not over. Another summer has arrived, but the Wuhan virus hasn't vanished. The global death toll has surpassed 3 million. 144 million cases have been recorded, and they're rising at worrying rates. 5.2 million cases were recorded just last week, the most in a single week since the pandemic began. Deaths have also increased for the 5th straight week. Last week saw an average of 12,000 deaths a day. The WHO says it's a dreadful reality check and we need to take it seriously.
Last week we had 4.4 million cases. If you look on our website and you actually look at the epi curve and the trajectory of the pandemic right now, it is growing exponentially. This is not the situation we want to be in 16 months into a pandemic where we have proven control measures. It is time right now where everyone has to take stock and have a reality check about what we need to be doing.
In France, 5,981 people are in intensive care units currently. This is the second highest record of 2021. The country is also under its third lockdown, but restrictions are slowly being relaxed. The curfew will now remain until midday. The French Prime Minister is optimistic.
The peak of
the third wave seems to be behind us and the epidemic pressure is falling. However, we must remain very vigilant. We have confirmation that the strain we are facing, the English variant, is more contagious and therefore more difficult to fight.
In Germany, national emergency brake rules have been introduced in COVID hotspots, which technically includes most of the country. 352 out of 412 German districts and cities have a 7-day average of 100 new cases. Nighttime curfews have been imposed. Only essential shops will remain open. Employers have been asked to make employees work from home. But people are out on the streets protesting against these rules. In Japan, a state of emergency has been declared in Tokyo and 3 other regions. The outbreak is relatively small, but there has been an uptick in cases. This is happening barely 3 months before the Olympics opening ceremony.
The
medical care system in Osaka and Hyogo prefectures is in an unprecedented difficult situation. Based on this, we have decided to issue a state of emergency for Tokyo and the rest of prefectures. It will last till the 11th of May.
In the United Kingdom, the virus is largely under control. Vaccine side effects are not. 168 cases of rare blood clots have been reported due to the AstraZeneca vaccine. 32 people have even died due to the clots, the average age being 47. The British government is looking for alternatives to the AstraZeneca jab.
We are not advising a stop to any vaccination for any individual in any age group. We are advising a preference for one vaccine over another vaccine for a particular age group, really out of the utmost caution rather than because we have any serious safety concerns.
Brazil is facing a surge like India. It has just a quarter of India's population, but the cases are hovering around 14 million. Hospitals are running out of sedatives. The government is struggling to import supplies. Health workers say they are emotionally exhausted.
People are desperate, they are mourning, and they need help. There is no national and centrally coordinated, efficient response to this pandemic.
In Pakistan, the government is mulling another lockdown in major cities after an uptick in cases. Asad Umar, the Minister for Planning and Development, says the country's oxygen supply capacity is already under stress.
जिस तेजी से इस वक्त हॉस्पिटल के अंदर हमारे मरीज आ रहे हैं, ऑक्सीजन के ऊपर जोर पड़ता जा रहा है, अगर इस वबा का जोर हमने अभी फौरी तौर पर नहीं तोड़ा और इसमें कमी नहीं लाए, कोई हमारे पास चॉइस ही नहीं रह जाएगी. आपको बड़े-बड़े शहर जो हैं खुदा ना खास्ता बंद करने पड़ेंगे.
16 months into the pandemic, the world is yet to return to normal. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.